Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Albion TV. We continue tonight's entertainment with a delve into the 5v5 Crystal League. My name is Lewpac, and joining me, of course, is Shozen and Bogul. As some of our best 5v5 teams are going to fight it out for valuable might points for various guilds, power for those territories, and of course, the loot off of the enemy corpses. Shozen, are we ready to get into it tonight?
Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close to being ready. We have a team signed up. We're on Lasagna Man, ready to go as he's getting signed up for his level 4s. We have a couple other teams signed up as well. I hope we get some good matchups throughout the evening because we had a pretty good CLC. And I'd
Yeah,
like
it
to
was it
see
was
these
a
guys
nice
continue
one.
with that. Yeah. It was very evenly matched throughout, except for maybe the winners who do seem still a cut above everybody else as
Are
once
they
again.
Are they just going to disappear for a season and come back for the end again, though?
Ah, man, I don't know. This is one of those questions that could be answered today on the very first day of the season, but I don't expect them today.
No, usually they take a little chill period, but of course everybody wants to get some wins on the board because the more high level wins you got, the better your chance of being one of those 8 teams that is invited to the Crystal League Championship at the end of the season, and that does offer the biggest individual prizes in the game of any sort of content, pretty much, doesn't it? And
Period. End of story.
there's no
Nothing comes
bigger
close.
prize in the game, so it's well worth getting involved. Maya and the gang, then this team: Lasagna Man, Ains, Volnazera, Marwan Fu, and Maya. Few names that we know from about there. Cursed Kings, they seem to be representing as a guild, some of them, although Lasagna Man ungilded. Obviously, the murking situation that we saw is different. We've talked a lot about the changes that the Lands Awakened expansion brought. One of the biggest ones is you're not reliant on teams now to level towers. You can get those power vortexes, and people have been getting those power vortexes as well, which is
Yeah. It's a
very, very
big
nice.
piece of content right now. We've been watching that at 18 UTC on the War Report, and we saw it again today. We saw a really interesting back and forth battle for one of the energy crystals today
Oh,
between AAA and PoE. It was really cool to watch. It went back and forth, and
the golden
first PoE. Yep.
ones have a massive cooldown before they unlock. So
Right.
it's not uncommon to see, like, do you know what I mean? Like a ton of people showing up for them. There's some good fights over it. And it's great to have another objective, that isn't just towers and hideout whacking.
Absolutely. And it does seem to be a all the time objective that these guys are going with. There's a lot of wandering around the world, going from zone to zone, looking for content in smaller groups, and then meeting up together in larger groups to take on the larger content, such as the golden crystals. And it's been cool to watch. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm hearing really good reports from players saying the black zones are more alive than they've ever experienced them before, and this is some of the best content they've ever been a part of.
Absolutely agree. Like there's so much going on for all sorts of scales as well. Like the big massive blobs don't bother with, for example, blue crystals unless they're right on top of them. So you can usually get some good small skirmishes over the green and blues. There's obviously the chests as well, the power cores, and it all just adds to the activities and rewards people for just roaming around, which creates content in itself. But right now, the content is the 5v5 matches. I've got a ton of people in the Conqueror's Hall, actually. The Fort Sterling one, I don't know about the others, but the Fort Sterling one is rammed with people right now.
Well, we
Hopefully
have a
ready to
number
throw
of teams that
down.
have signed up. I was surprised. Like when I first got here, we only had one team that was signed up. Now we have quite a few teams signed up across a number of different levels for the 5v5 crystals. We have dozens of teams signed up at the moment. So good showing.
GVGers are notoriously last minute, especially when it comes to getting in their group and signing up. And many a GVG has been missed because somebody was a few seconds late. These guys are ready to go then. So I think we'll go on Lasagna Man,
Mhm.
who know from the CLC,
We
rocking
have
a
some other.
pretty standard build, but is getting a bit more defensive, these tanks. We've talked a long time
Yes.
about how offensive the tank build became
The
when they
greedy tanks,
started.
as you called
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Especially when it was like Fiends, Cal, Thetford, Cape, Poison Pots. They actually resist pot and Guardian Helm now. So a little bit more defense
Oh,
orientated, which is always nice.
did these guys not get a show?
No, they're going in now.
Okay, so it's just late load. Okay.
Yeah, there's the 10-second matchmaking period. They should be going into the Crystal Realm for our first level 4 that we're showing this season. And of course, we got level 5 and 6, and it's Gardenier, Barak, Nabobo, I Engage, aka Keeper of Nature, waiting on their 5th to show. And it does look like to be Great Hammer versus, Lasagna Man switches it up to the Mace because he's in... I'm not sure what he's saying that he wants to swap for, but he's decided to go. It's double glaive out front. There's a soldier armor glaive and a regular glaive. So it's double glaive fire, which is a very interesting setup for red. Lasagna decided to go with the guard rune as well. Aang's going in. It's carrion cooler, guard rune, heavy mace. Now, this is definitely a build we haven't really seen in the CLC. We'll see how it plays out. Not having that snare charge, though, Shozen. I don't know how I feel about that, but look at this opening pressure. Those anti-heals. Nasty wounds as well deployed. Nabobo takes a lot of pressure, but they're going to flick Maya into trouble. Land the Impaler, but Maya's going to roll out. There's the second flick. Maya now with no roll, forced to get a Knight's Helmet, looks like, to get out of there. Nabobo rolling in place just to stay alive as Volnazera pounding that fire. Down comes the Celestial Sphere, but it bounces off of Nabobo. Finally, he does get it back. These constant silences are helping Maya stay alive. Volnazera needs to be careful, though, as the flick into the fire that was midair, and they're going to get the finisher on that. Marwan rocking a bow, which is interesting, since the unnerfing a little bit. And obviously lacking purges on red team definitely could help him, but right now this double glaive is really annoying, because if you use your mobility for one, then it opens up the opportunity for the other one chosen.
Absolutely, and it's interesting here that Blue was trying to stay engaged, but they haven't been able to stop the caps. And there they go. They do get that cap stopped. They were able to prevent the 3 cap by staying involved and near the choke and keeping an eye on I Engage. So while they did lose a player, they didn't get the full 3 cap against them, which is important at this stage in the match.
Yeah, so Guard Rune is quite interesting in this matchup, actually. It's a skill we haven't seen a lot of. It adds resistances a bit like Adjudicator armor, but most importantly, it prevents forced movement, which includes being flicked by a glaive.
Okay.
So basically,
that's really good news. Like, that can be really well used. Well, again, it puts you into a position where you have to stay still for a moment, and that's when bad things happen.
Yeah, and also, like, a good glaive player is just going to wait. They're not going to use flick if you're stood in the guard room. So there's like a very small window of opportunity where they're gonna miss. Do you know what I mean? It is actually able to be cast at range as well, though, which is nice for the mace.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to run right up to people. I definitely see where he's going with it, but snare charge is just such a great skill.
It's a great utility. It's just so many uses for it at all times.
Mobility, AoE, root, and interrupt. Like, and not only that, it's got an annoying tendency. It automatically turns you towards the mace player when he lands.
It's almost like a taunt,
Yeah, which can make your, especially things like the meatball, can go the complete wrong direction. Nice use of the Guardian Helm here to deal with that Morgana's Raven. They're going to nip off and grab a cap if they can, but the red aren't too worried about only having the 2 here. Down goes the nasty wounds, bit of pressure, but of course that Celestial Sphere up front. Both teams rocking. The permafrost actually went away and Volnazera's gone on to the normal frost. Good AoE's coming out. I Engage, just trying to get some pump damage from the back. He does have those max stack bleeds, though, but Marwan in a bit of trouble out here. Overextended on that bow. The meatball's going to connect. He rolls. He lands on the meatball. It doesn't get a second proc, but it is going to be enough. The burn damage is going to finish Marwan off. I don't think they're going to full retreat here. It does seem that they're aware that they don't want to get 3 capped. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a full tent and a switch to something more conventional here.
I could see that. Yep. Get this match back under your favor. Take the moment. If you're already losing the cap, which they're going to lose here, they're going to have to start it over in some way. Change things up. Go back to some conventional and come back to some beginning.
So I think he's definitely in the mood for a swap. I don't mind the bow, by the way. I'm not against the bow when there's no purge on the field. So yeah, Aang's is actually showing again. He did swap. He OC'd and then swapped back.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm not sure how it went. So he's going to
That
go
might
to
be
a
the wrong
glaive.
order.
They're going to stick with the one hand frost. They're going to stick with the bow and the mace. Is he still playing guard rune? He is still playing guard rune. So it's an interesting choice. Volnazero. Wow, that meatball. Maya really should not have got hit by that meatball, Shozen. That was like
Well, you've
max
got
range
time.
you
You've
should be
got
moving.
time. Get yourself out of there.
Frost shield goes up for Marwan, as does the guard rune now. And the flick is not going to be able to do anything, but that celestial sphere. Keeping these two frontline glaives in just, they're just full HP constantly with that ball bouncing between all of the front line. And without a curse, this is the thing. Without a curse, you just can't get that consistent pressure. Because the problem is
what it provides.
either your bow or your frost is constantly being driven back, right? So only one of them does DPS. Whereas the curse, even when he's retreating, is still doing some damage. And that's why I like it so much. Obviously, a lot of people have gone over to Guardian Helm on the tank. But it only does so much. It really does. Like, it's not like, oh, you can't play curse because they're running Guardian Helm. It just slows you down a little bit. You'll still be top DPS by a mile. And especially against this triple front line.
You'd have so many targets clumped up on each
Yeah.
other. So just easy sickle all day long.
And they're just not... The reason they're losing this so convincingly is because the enemy front line is not being forced back. Because there isn't a curse.
Well, I do want to say, if we want to find one that is a little bit more, how do I say, just competitive, I am watching one that is currently 97 to 86.
Oh, nice. We'll keep that on the back burner then. We'll give these guys one more engage and see if anything can be switched up. The Zanyaman is finally going to switch off of the mace, which I'm fine with. I wonder what he'll do here, though. Inertia Ring actually wouldn't be awful, honestly, against a triple front line. It's going to be a tight one, though. They're on a 3-minute timer now, 59 points.
Drenton just took over the caps and took it from 3 caps against to 3 caps for, bringing it to 97 with 3 caps against 84.
That is what we like to see. I Engage actually is pulled well out of position, but pops his Cleric and chills. And Marwan with the max stacks, he pumped about 4 max stack arrows into a Cleric robe there for 0 damage, which really feels bad. He's also running the Frost Shield just to slow down these glaives. I like that as a choice, honestly, but Volnazera is dead again. And I think we should switch over to the Durenta match then, because I don't think these guys are going to be finding anything. They had some good early momentum with their comp, but this double glaive, they have no answer for it. So we go to Durenton. Bogul, is that fine? He's playing an arcane tank as well right now. Against DST, Boo Boo, Alatine, Yavaru Kome, and John F. Wick. Oh, that's a nasty meatball there. And it's a double kill for Graf's meatball. DST and Yav going down. And this one might not be as close as it was for a while.
It looked really close when I first got here. If believe it or not, Red was in control.
Keep a Cape Fire as well. Interesting choice there. I like it. This is Nergigante on heals as well.
Interesting. Good to see.
Usually a bruiser player or a tank player, traditionally. Graf, I know from Hellgates and stuff. It's Luke Nukem from the Mighty Frogs.
This is a pretty, honestly, a pretty good team here. If you look at the makeup of this team, they could be very effective going forward. And all of these guys are the kinds who are willing to put in the extra time needed to get better. So you gotta be in favor of these guys. Is Luke Nukem Luke High Power?
That's what I was thinking, because he is in the Mighty Frogs. He's got a decent amount of fame. It's too much of a coincidence for it not to be, but he actually gets taken down while they're on the offensive. And now Anexia might get a chance to push forward, although John, he needs to not die as those magic shocks come down. They get the Alatine silence there, the constant magic shocks, and John is going to go down. Meantime, there's a full dive onto the healer at the other end, by the way. If they can manage to grab him, that's huge. But Durenton with these mini silences, and they're going to get Yav.
He's very effective as the arcane tank. We've seen it time and time again. His teams do very well with this build.
Oh,
it's just keeping it up consistently when they have losses is the times where I've seen them kind of back away from it. When they're going against some of the top teams, people will switch it up, make it more difficult for Durenton to play his game, and we see him switch off it. But I got to say, I feel it's his best build. And I feel like it's the best thing for his teams right now. And maybe even if it's off meta a little bit, the skill in that area is there.
And he's got some of those armor pieces at elite spec as well, platinum. So he's definitely he's definitely pumping the specs as much.
We
as
have a wild situation. I'm over on Gorgo, and it looks like it's 3 to 126, but the guys with 3 points have 3 caps. So for at least the next,
right,
until somebody dies.
Pratorm. Wow, this is some names here as well.
We're gonna have to find a good
Pratorm, Pele, Dezeo.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point though, like there's no like 3 points is impossible. Oh wait,
yeah, the blue team won.
He went into the tent.
He die to tent? Is that what just happened?
They wow, you're on the verge of a comeback. You have 3 caps, full control of the match, 1 kill from loss, and you managed to get pulled into tent. That is not PogChamp. It says you died under mysterious circumstances.
Oh, I'm sure we could figure out what they were.
Any others still going?
I'm looking now. I think we might have a level 1 or 3 still going.
Oh, yeah.
We do have a level 3. Let me see. Pazza, P-A-Z-Z-A.
Okay. Let's go over there. See how they're getting on. 45 to 57. Looking like a reasonably close match. Right. 5-5 in kills, but it is a 3 cap to red right now. Our tank is Azzy red on the Great Hammer for blue, and they're going to have to make something happen here. Tin Miracle, someone who's seen a lot. Oh, Hackett in a lot of trouble there. Mortal Agony's going to connect. He's going to try and get there, and Jazz is being soloed by this glaive in the back. The crossbow turns his attention over there. The roll back. Nice AoE heals now. Into the back line.
Red here for the POV.
Yeah, that's who I'm on. Pretzel nearly drops, but the healer's doing a great job of saving people at the last second. Bala Ella, one and done guild. Gonna grab a 20-point rotation here. The match is in a 2 minutes win condition for them, but they are under a lot of pressure. That's a nice poison. Jazz had no defenses available, so the poison was well timed, but Handpack, that's a combo. Wow, that is a combo, and that might be game there.
You gotta play it out here. I think you still have to fight for it here and try to get that turn onto somebody, because if you fall back here and wait for the reset, it's just over.
There's the healer, and that's
Pazza, done.
He's alive, but I think they're gonna leave him.
Yeah,
they're gonna leave him.
Is even going back to tent. He was like, "I'm done, guys," and they're like, "No, it's not over, man.
No,
get back here." And he's like, "Are you sure?" And it's like, "Too late, mate. I already made my choice."
Oh, as he was thinking about the sprint, I think. He was thinking about the sprint. The healer survived, actually. He kited all the way around.
That was a really well done play by the healer to survive that.
They're back to 5 as well.
It's too late. They got 12 seconds.
No, they got 1 point.
They got 1. Okay.
1 point. Sure. 1 point and a dream, Shozen. I mean, it's got to be a full healer, Ooga Booga caveman play right now, hasn't it?
Although anything at all, you got to do something to make some space.
Look how defensive that healer's playing. He knows that's their only win condition. Like he's fully aware.
Walk all the way around. I would have my whole team kiting back the entire time through this next minute. It doesn't matter if you give up a cap. You want them to take the cap because it's 10 seconds. As he drops low, they get the flick onto Alferia, but the firewall's going to block him. The Mortal Agony isn't going to be enough. The fire's pumping. Single target fire. This is what we like to see. The traditional pump. They do find Alferia. There's one. The meatball's good as well. They might get a second here. Oh, good cleric. They need to find the healer. They're not going to have enough time. One of them's actually already gone for the cap, which is the start they need, but they need the other cap as well. And actually, they're going to get interrupted. The tank spotted the cap and ran off for it. So a little bit too late. 6-6 on kills. So a banger of a match, but unable to make their comeback there. That was an impressive match. I mean, coming down to the wire in a level 3, I liked it. Congratulations to our winners here. Well done.
Everybody's off of curse. We haven't said a curse yet, Shozen. Fire's there, but I'm seeing crossbows. I'm seeing bows. Like, I know they're running Guardian helms, but it's not. You can't It's not that bad. The Guardian Helm is a 60-second cooldown. Well, it's a 40-second cooldown now, but it's still not like just completely stops you. Especially when you play Great Curse and you can just reapply with Area of Decay.
Right, right. There's a lot of different options here for Curse to continue being effective, but it does seem to be pushed out of the meta. Maybe it's just not pushing that immediate damage that is currently, maybe what players want to secure kills.
Yeah.
Maybe that continuous damage just isn't helpful. It's not putting enough pressure on people. So what they're asking for is a single target choice. Get this guy down, put 25% damage on him, and we'll follow it up.
Team, look at this. Elitan, Juliet, Ruined Experience, Imagini, and Relica. A very, very strong one. They're going up against Rawbit, Nergigante, who we saw take a win at the end there, preventing a comeback. And Elitan actually trashes his weapon to OC, the peril of the pre-OC Shozen, because he wants to switch to Arcane.
How much do you think that cost him?
Luke Nukem on a bow, about 200k. It was a T8 pole hammer. He wants to keep Luke Nukem on this bow in check, which I definitely feel that. I feel that you've got to do something. Guardian Helm is still very useful even without Curse against the fire. But he is really going to shut down this bow now. He's able to shut down the Holy and the bow pretty much on his own. And then the back line is going to have big, big problems. And Imagini is running the Curse, which I like to see. Obviously, they have the Guardian Helms, but if they can just, these ticks of Curse, right? If they can just keep that healer under control, because Elitan has 3 silences, right? He has the Magic Shock, he has the Mimic Silence, and then he has the Arcane Orb Silence. So he can interrupt 3 heals in a row, which is a lot of damage if you have 4 stacks of Curse. And that, I think, is where the kill pressure will come from. Like, big control on here. You'll see Nergigante wants to push up and save his boys, and the Magic Shock start raining down. Or is he's actually using Shield. No, he's using Shield Mimic, so he only has 1 Magic Shock, not 2. And he's actually mimicking the Mace to get Snare Charge.
That seems like he's mixing it up a little bit. I like it.
No, that's a sticky potion.
Durenton here has chosen not to go Arcane after we just saw him play Arcane very well. And we were just
he doesn't want to go against unless he's against the bow. Okay. He's not going to play the Arcane unless he sees a bow, basically. That's the switch. That's why we saw Elitan switch, and that's why we don't see Durenton on it. But they actually gave Blue the cap. Nobody's died yet, but Red here, this Durenton team with some I Am a Newbie guys, a bit of a mix. Oh, nice control onto Elitan. That was the kidnap and kill. He had those shields up, the self shields, but really could have done with the resistance potion right about then, Shozen.
Yeah, you want to be able to have some defensives ready to go.
Yeah, he's feeling that one.
He was in a sticky situation in that one.
We'll see what he does here. He's going again with the 7-3 omelet. He's still sticking with the shield, and he's switching to cleanse this time.
Okay.
Which is interesting. I'm not sure what he's thinking of cleanse, but there wasn't a cap. In the meantime, his team manages to hold 4v5 without dying. Durenton's actually in a lot of trouble. They're going to flick him out of position. He's going to pop a resi here. Well, that might, but yeah, it is a resi because he has a... he doesn't have a Mark Lock. He's running a Thetford. The bleeds are coming. There goes the heal. No interrupt from Elitan because he doesn't have those magic shocks. I don't know, man. Magic shock against Holy is just so good.
It's so powerful. I agree. It just slows down the healing so much that it opens up a lot of windows for kill pressure.
Yeah. Like you've got 2 massive dot classes, so every
but Luke Nukem getting chased to the end of the earth over here.
Oh, that's a nice purge, but there's the Celestial Sphere. Oh, he gets flicked away from the sphere.
Are you kidding? But Nuke goes down.
Relica flicked him away. After the sphere bounced away from Luke, he flicked him out of range of the rebounds, so he didn't get any more heals.
Really well done.
And unfortunately, Nergigante assumed his work was done and was like, this guy's not going to die.
Yeah, he's moved.
And they're going to get insta 3-capped on. They don't contest the 3-cap, which is interesting.
Can anybody in chat confirm for us that Luke Nukem is Luke High Power? Because, I mean, coincidences.
Yeah, the guy, he's got a lot of fame on that account, though, for an ult. Honestly.
Right.
And there's not really a reason to have an ult, and I didn't know Luke had an ult, so I think it might just be a coincidence.
I don't know. Nuke and high power. I mean, what's the thing that gives you the most power right now is nuclear energy. I'm going with this is the same guy. And we've also got it in
All
chat
right.
as at least a drunk Templar has confirmed. Actually, I have no idea. Guys just talking shit. Thank you. Appreciated.
Going to be a fast rotation. They're going to stick with the same. The bow is still in play against this. The fire sticking with the mace and the glaive. Graf charges up early in that magic rune as well. Gotta be careful dropping that magic rune early because you really sort of signal that you're about to try and unload everything. It's a nice combo there with the 1-2 on the fire, getting some pressure out. Durenton takes a lot of damage, but gets his Judy down. Ruined experience as well. Another thing is healers now are able to be a bit greedier with their setups because of the Druid cows. Wow, Relica getting drilled by the bow. Elitan not keeping that in check for just a second, and Relica nearly paid the price. And off the back of that pressure, Ruined experience nearly goes down, but there's the Slammer Jammer. Durenton with the roll, 4 stacks. Fire dots as well. This is big pressure. Nerg needs to heal, and Elitan trying to find an angle for the silence, I believe, and he's going to land it. But there's the Insta cleanse. Insta cleanse comes out, and they're going to be just fine. They are able to stabilize him. Magini dropping low now. The heals are going to be okay. Juliet landing a 3-man on heal on the back line. Relica Slammer Jammer onto Rawbit. He's going to roll. Durenton gets the 2-man silence into the back. Graf, he gets sent back. But this whole fight, it's been a 3-cap now. And Red are bleeding points. They need to find something. They need to find a kill or a force back to 10. Impaler onto Graf. Graf has no roll right now. Relica, though, he thinks better of going down that choke. That's a nice control. That's a nice sticky pot on the choke.
Oh, no.
Very well used. And Nergigante stuck in the static field as well.
That's just brutal.
Brilliant
well, now we found out what they're
there.
for, hey? Nicely done with the sticky pots. I like seeing that.
And this is a lot of forward pressure right now. Elitan able to just tank up with these this spam of the magic shields as well. He can tank so much damage. And this rotation is killer for Red because Blue already has the caps.
Yeah.
So it's literally like wasting time.
Eating points, just grinding them down. And this is not the position you want to be in. But these guys have the skills to come back at this. It's still not over yet.
No, definitely. We saw them have a good win in their previous match, but right now they are just getting outplayed. Like Relica dropping very low, but he just holds his ground, and Elitan's able to spam these shields on him like so quickly. And it's honestly, it's just that extra layer of defense. It's hard to justify not having a hard CC, right? Like a proper tank. But those shields are just very potent, even in plate. Obviously, plate offers you the weakest shields possible, but they're still like, I mean, the base on them is like 1,000 damage, Shozen, on the shield.
That is a good bit,
yeah.
I'd say. I do want to say I've been watching the Lasan Haman fight in the background, and they've been down quite a bit. They were 3-capped for a while at 76 to well over 100, but they just got an ace, took 3 caps in their favor, and are now working on a comeback.
Graf goes down. They look for the trade onto Relica, but Elitan knows, and he's just spamming these shields. Like, if the bow is purged, how do they ever find the damage to punch through these shields? Oh, Luke, he rolled, but he
nasty.
caught the end of that meatball, and now Nergigante, he's in a bit of trouble. He doesn't have Mimic for the control. They try to get the 10 flick there, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be 15 points, and this one's going to be done and dusted, Shozen, because they are not getting anything. Only 4 kills in the entire match.
I'm going to tell you there have been more kills than that on this one, because it's currently 7-5 in favor of Lasan Haman, as it's 76 to 77, 3 caps in favor of the blue team.
Durenton, curveball, he's brought out the war glove, Shozen. He's going to try something, but they've only got 30 seconds for this something to happen. So
okay. Well, we have one ready to go after this.
I'm surprised it's taken this long to see war gloves. Obviously, they were a bit cautious with them at first, and they are getting a bit of a buff, but it's too little too late. I guess we'll go over to Lasagna Man after. Oh, nice damage, actually. Relica takes an absolute beating, but the curveball, you know, the wild card, it's a little bit late to be deploying that right now. He's going to roll in looking for something, but 5 seconds left in this match for these boys, and very convincing from Elitan's team there. You want to go to Lasagna Man, yeah?
Yeah, it's something is going on over here. I think we might have
Things are going on.
Going on as Red has just taken over, and it looks like at least 3 players from Blue Team are standing still.
Oh, Maya is back,
Yeah,
I think.
don't know what I just saw there.
Some respect being shown from both teams, which I always like.
All right, maybe that's what we have
and
here.
they're allowing them. They're allowing them to cap 1 and get it back to
very, very good sportsmanship here.
Yeah, you
bring
love
it
to
back
see
into a good back and forth match. Well done, guys. Thank you.
It, man. Oh, this is interesting. Harkassia is running the demonic staff. In fact, both teams are running the demonic staff with that massive field of death. Really hurts these holy healers because anyone inside that takes massively reduced healing. This could be part of a bigger anti-heal combo. Lasan. Oh, Gorgo. That was a combo. They didn't even need the field of death, Shozen.
No.
He landed on the impaler and got insta-stunned. And of course, being a fire mage, he didn't have any cleanse for himself. Well, these guardian helms mean no cleanse. And this is going to be a big forward surge. Bokix, who we remember more as a bow player back in the day, rocking that glaive. Very, very competent player. Both are Curse E's going to be used here. Back to the choke. They're looking for the cat. Bokix wants to interrupt it. Gets the interrupt with the impaler. So actually,
very close.
Red back to 5 men, and they're able to hold. But Bokix takes a lot of pressure for that cat. There's a really good stun onto the back. No cleanse. A lot of DPS time lost in the back. Gorgo's going to pop his Keeper Cape. I'm seeing more and more of these fire mages using the Keeper Cape now because it does offer a lovely damage boost. There's going to be the land from the roll. There's the stun. Oh, there's the field of death. And Gorgo's getting absolutely wellied on. One more stab. They get the heal off. He just about survives. Goes for the counter with the meatball. But now Bokix is low. Good stun onto Lasagna Man, but they are beating them into the wall here. They have nowhere left to kite, and they might have to run to 10. That is if everybody gets out of there in one piece. Gorgo's going to drop. Zeo nearly drops, but the shield comes down. That was a really good guard. He has a 3-man stun on the turn. Volnazera is in big trouble here. The healer's already left. His healer is already gone.
Are they going to get him? They have to snag him. They have to use some kind of CC to get him here to secure this
kill.
There's the healer. He gets the cap and the heals and the save.
On the cap, but Volnazera, the field of death is causing a lot of problems for him. They put their own one down.
Get the heals, and he's fine now. Great reset.
He rolled the final holy flash though. Maya in a bit of trouble. They're going to flick Forsaken.
Oh, no.
Forsaken lands in the field. Volnazera knocked up, but it's a 3-cat for blue now. What a banger of a match we have here. Forsaken trying to kite. There's the stun onto Harkassia. Rolls the meatball. Good play there, but Bokix, he's in big trouble. There's the shield.
He's okay.
Is there any more heals for him?
There's the heal. It keeps
coming.
Field of death. There's the
field of death. Oh my goodness, he survived somehow.
This is so wild. Especially at a 10-point tick, Lewpac. It can keep going. Either team can win this now.
Yeah, they actually backcapped. They actually backcapped on the way round. So it was a long way back, but Forsaken can't die. Pops the Everlasting Spirit. Down goes the defensive field of death, and they find Ains. Forsaken is 4-stack though. Very low on energy. Bokix is low. Zeo is low. Surely someone has to drop, but they stabilize.
They stabilized really well done on the Celestial Sphere.
Maya's going to roll. Another field of death comes down. Maya gets... Oh, nice geyser to put Maya to safety. Nice stun as well. Both of these guys playing out their mind, but there's the cap. And now Lasagna Man, he just used his sprint and his geyser to get out. Does he have anything to interrupt?
He doesn't have anything up. He can't get up there. The cap switch hands, Lewpac.
Oh, my goodness.
So close.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Lasagna Man in big trouble here.
Nice. Double tap from the orb and the flash. There's another flash. Should have the Judy up for the next push. They're going to need to make something happen. Down goes one more. Zeo, they're going to retreat and just chill on 2 caps here. They know that they got a little ways to go yet. And this is one heck of a match right now. There's been 16 kills so far. Look at that combo. Gorgo, another good geyser though. Remember, the geyser, when used on a friendly character, will knock them in the direction it's sort of facing. Yeah. So you can actually use it as a save. Enemies get knocked up, friendlies get knocked away.
And they're pushing hard here, Lewpac.
Bogul
This might
is
be
in a
the
lot of
opportunity
trouble,
they
but
have. This is so close here. 10
Lasagna,
points
man,
bled
like
off
this
the
is
blue
what I'm
team.
saying. Like, look at the difference of how the tank's having a retreat against the
flick.
curse. Gorgo in a lot of trouble. Still has this roll.
Good
Lands in
save.
the lands in.
Oh, it lands in the
Oh,
meatball.
lands in the field of death as well. They got to hold though. They can't give this up.
It looks like they're falling back.
Yeah, Lasagna wants more. Cassia is just trying to stack him at the back, but Bogul is in big trouble. 4 stacks on him. He's going to get healed, and he's going to get shield. Nobody capping right now. Blue needs to be careful. They find the healer. Forsaken is down, and this is going to be.
Well, they still have to get the cap. They have to do.
Nah, this is
it's
GG.
Not,
They've got
look
a
how low
perfect
those
time
guys
in.
are. Those guys, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't get those last kills at the end there.
But look at this. Look at the timing on that, and it's going to be a 3 cap.
3 cap.
Into a win.
23 point. Oh,
what a match. 11-7 in kills. Gorgo 5 deaths, by the way. I don't even know if Gorgo has sets. Probably does, but
well done by the blue team.
Any others? I'm in the zone now.
Are you? What are you asking me, Lewpac? No.
There's no more going. Not even level 1. I'll take a level 1 at this point, Shows, and I'll take anything, mate.
No, I think we're good.
Ah.
We have people signed up for the next ones.
That's what I like to hear. Level 6s then. We're getting into the big boy matches now.
I feel like we should, watch the team that signed up 15 minutes early.
Okay, so Gardenier and his Great Hammer are going to be going up against that Conflict Vibes team that we saw with that awesome it's a Curse Frost Carrion Caller, which is weird. And right now we're seeing Glaive Carving Sword. Fire, no curse. Guardian Helms up front as well to deal with the enemy curse. Arcane Tank on Elitan. Which we did see, very, very frustrating to play against when you're trying to kill, but the Carving Sword will definitely help with that kill pressure. Gardner goes in for the early stun, and Ruined is going to roll. Pops his Morganas. Going to be going at Nabobo here. There goes the heals. I engage, getting shocked out. So he's running, it looks like he's running Mimic Magic Shock now. A Bridge Watch Cape goes down. Gardner playing very deep is going to get rooted on the way back by that Carrying Cooler. So using the 3rd Q on the axe. I engage, pumping the choke. Both teams a 4-1 split for the 1 cap. Nothing fancy here. But definitely, we're definitely seeing a general shift in the comps. Nice 3-man stun there.
Absolutely a shift in the comp. And I do like it when we get to see these matches that occur on this center point after the 4-1 split where everybody meets up in the center. This is always fun to see how long these evenly matched engagements go on before somebody takes the center cap.
Back-to-back 3-man stuns there from Gardner gave his team a lot of pressure, but it does look like Red is starting to outvalue them. This curse bleed comp definitely can exert a lot of pressure, but they might be able to find Relica here. He's got left behind. He's burning hard, and there it is. Juliet wasn't able to save, and it's going to be first blood to blue after a very long back and forth. And Ruined Experience maybe gets left behind here. Juliet thinks about trying to save. Ruined is actually going to kite in the opposite direction. This guy's Elitan, I mean, he can hold on, but it's right now it's 3v5. Barak very optimistic on the cap, and they're able to hold. Barak's going for another one, and Relica just runs up and dismounts up front. Obviously doesn't get cooldowns for a few seconds, but he's going to be fine until then. They could have maybe punished that, actually, if they had a full combo available, and they are going to go straight in on him. He's already down to half with Mortal Agony sticking. Relica gets wellied on, but the Guardian Helm comes down. The Slammer Jammer from the back. Very, very nice on that curse. Imagini, very experienced player, able to do a bunch of different stuff as well. Like, we saw them combo the sticky potions with the static field. The curse is actually, I do like the Shadow Caller because it has a couple of options for the E. You can go for that generally better armor pierce, but if you really have good kill pressure, you can go for that static storm play. If you think somebody can't escape, it's a lot of damage.
It absolutely can be a lot of damage if they're stuck in a choke, and can be really powerful on multiple uses, like you said, both as a pierce and as a finishing up area of effect damage spell.
Gardner running through. He wanted to get the tackle back there. Nice interrupt onto Juliet. And also the meatball hits as well. A lot of pressure into the back line. Here comes another slam. Going to be on to Barak.
Oh,
He's going to roll. Imagine he gets taken down, though. Blue now is the one to lose a man. And are they going to push off this high ground? I think they're going to have to because Barak's pretty low. These heals are coming through. I mean, generous heal is pretty much an AoE now, which is crazy. This Holy Flash is so strong. Barak, though, gets caught in the sticky potion. They do love it. They do love the sticky potion, and it is working. You know, I had my doubts, but I definitely feel like they're getting the value from it.
Okay. And that's important.
Oh,
a lot of this is won over time with value.
Nasty wounds, the combo with that 4-stack bleed. Even in the Judy, they barely got any healing there. That was crazy. Slammer jammer onto Barak. He's going to be okay, though. Heals raining down. Ochi getting run down by Relica. He's trying to keep his boys alive. You need that Celestial Sphere very, very soon. Nice Guardian in the back. And back caps. I engage with the back caps, Shozen. Mid
very
never
nicely
got capped.
done. Yeah, the mid is still open.
Took northeast, and he's going toe-to-toe with Elitan. Elitan can't fight. I engage.
Can't fight that. That's not a... Well, here we
Ruined,
go. Ruined is going up for it.
Up.
That's going to be a better thing. But we do see the blue team now pushing ahead to meet up with their teammate. Now that they've gained control of the caps, they want to be aggressive and make sure that they can hold them.
What a cheeky play.
Very good play.
Very cheeky play there. They're actually looking to punish, like... They wanted to grab him as he retreated. They put the sticky down and put the nasty wounds on, but he just held his ground. Really, really solid play here. Firewall to stop the pressure from that axe a little bit, but he gets a 3-man route and gets so much bleed pressure out. Oh, that's a good stun. Cleanse comes out very quick onto Ruin. Ruin going to get poisoned, but shield is up.
In trouble in the back line, has to fall back.
I mean, but are they in trouble, Shozen?
Right down the center. No, they're not. That was a bait. It was beautiful. They didn't get the finish off on it, Lewpac.
They've got the 2-cap as well, though.
Perfectly and got that meatball right down the line. That was very well done.
They could just chill in front of 10 as long as they want. They have the cap
advantage. As long as they have the caps, yeah. And I don't think they want to be hanging out in this choke right now.
Nabobo's in big trouble there. Yeah. They are going to get him. They're going to break off very quickly for the cap, and it'll be interesting. I mean, Gardner should probably look to defend it, especially if he sees, he sees Imagini. He sees Imagini dip, but they're trying to stop him here, and he frees him win. Barak wants it.
Barak's
they geysered him.
Did he get it? Did they get it?
Gardner geysered Barak forward so that he was in range.
I couldn't even see. Yeah, so he geysered his teammate close enough to get the interrupt. Well done. That takes skill. I don't have that much skill just to even see it, let alone pull it off.
That's the sort of play you love to see, isn't it? Like, you know,
absolutely.
I love anything that has multiple use and a high skill ceiling, like Geyser. Those little plays, the things we see with Geyser is really, really cool. Ruined experience. It's flicked forward. Sticky goes down. Onto I engage. Oh, he does get that meatball onto Ruin. The roll came a little bit late, so ended up being wasted. Barak gets out of the slam. It's nasty wounds up front. The Bobo needs to be careful here. Does get the Guardian helm off into the Judy. There's the orb on top. I engage. He's going to need a little tickle, though. Ochi very comfortable. And these guys, they can just brawl here. They can just grind.
But let's really I want to check in. Look at the score here. Even after another rotation, they're only going to be up 40 points here, 35 points at this point. Yeah. Even though they've been holding it all this time because they've only been holding the 2-cap. This could have conceivably been a 3-cap this entire time, the way these two teams.
But it means we get a good long match, shows.
Oh yeah, I'm
7
fine
minutes,
with that. I'm just
7
saying,
minutes plus
from the
gone
perspective
already.
of a team that's trying to hold this point, this is the kind of thing you see from our Crystal League winners, the Cargera team there, the one and only Fit, the Nap Time, the Woof Woof. Those guys are able to get the 3-cap and hold it just like the blue team is now. No matter how bad things get and how much they have to retreat, they just hold that cap. And they're doing a fantastic job just having gotten that back cap, because we're in a situation right now where Lewpac, this has been such an even fight. It could conceivably still be 141-141.
I mean, Blue's actually being out-pressured quite heavily, honestly.
Yeah.
But Red isn't able to secure the kills. And now we see Ruined Experience is actually... He's rolling off. He's looking for it. So there's another geyser onto Nabobo.
This
sends
could
him forward.
Open a situation for blue team, though. if they can collapse on the right red player, no, it's over. Now Bobo is in trouble.
No, he's okay.
No.
He gets
He's in the
popped
Judy. He's
into
gonna
the
be okay.
geyser.
Yep.
They get the nasty wounds off, so they do need to be careful. The meatball on the choke, very unlucky there not to just clip the hitboxes of a few of them. But this is the thing. They need to push them, pull them. But Red wanted to pull them away from the tent. Elitan's going to go change his build because, the Arcane is keeping his guys alive, but they're not getting kill pressure. And right now, without him on the field and without those shields, they got to be careful. Barak in a bit of trouble. Nasty wounds once again comes through. Stun goes out onto Relica. I'll be interested to see what he changes. I mean, I might have tried to like dink him once on the stairs to delay the change. And he might actually backcap as well, so they need to be aware of that. This whole situation came about simply because Iron Gage went round and backcapped on the way. And Elitan is on rotten ground polehammer now. So we'll see how that works out for him. Juliet gets meatballed. Barak, there's the Mortal Agony, there's the Slammer, but it's not going to finish him off. And down goes Celestial Sphere. Slow, the Sticky Pot as well. Coming through these firewalls. Firewall's even better against this hammer as well. Relica not having a great time with it. Juliet pulled into no man's land, but Blue again out pressured. Like they are only in this because of that back cap right now.
Because of that back cap, that amazing back cap play. Otherwise, this would be an even match.
Like their kills have to come from a mistake, honestly.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that back cap, right now Red would be winning by 4 points.
Yeah. And this double glaive, I don't know, it just doesn't have the same effect. When you're playing against the curse that can get those stacks onto all three of you, on top of that, you get bleeds on all three of you and the nasty wounds. Like this triple frontline is just a very vulnerable comp to triple frontline. Nabobo's affected by nasty wounds and max bleed. He's barely getting any healing right now. The orb does nothing. The generous does nothing. You don't need Gardener doesn't even need to interrupt that. It doesn't do anything.
They have to get 2 caps.
But
well, I mean, at this point, it does take up time.
If he interrupts it, it's another 10 seconds to cap it.
Mm-hmm.
And
it just makes them have to keep going.
They might just win from a stalemate here.
That's wild.
Like, you could feel Elitan's frustration when he ran to 10 to change. Like, you could absolutely feel what's going through his mind. And now, the pressure is starting to get to them. Here. Nice sticky.
Gets the flick into the...
Cleric.
Oh, he's okay. Good heals.
Oh, that's a big stun, though. Big stun, and there's nothing to save them now. Huge pressure out there. There's the Guardian, but they find Iron Gage. Imagini's going to drop. It's
and then
1 for 1.
It's a trade. It's a good trade. I mean, that's really well done.
Yeah. Again, the trade is always fine if you're the one with caps.
Mm-hmm.
Because suddenly, like, there's a lot less kill pressure out there with a DPS dead on each side.
Yep, but they are getting a push back on Ochi win here, following Ochi win. But they're down 1. It's harder to get that kill. Ochi's in trouble here, though. He's fallen back. Gardenier also really low here. If they switch onto him, they could provide some kill pressure onto him, especially if they can get some anti-heals on top of him. Too late, though. There's the orb.
Really good, good orb. Not a lot of healing because of the nasty wounds.
Just enough. Just enough.
Yeah. Enough to keep him alive.
Especially with only 3 DPS on the field for the other team, they cannot get the kill pressure they needed.
And like red are like absolutely livid right now. This is horrible to play against. Imagine he's thinking about going northeast cap here. He's gonna dip and he's gonna hope they don't notice. Somebody's respawning. Somebody's looking.
Somebody's up there.
Yeah, they know. I like it. Like, do you know what I mean? They're not
very quick, smart plays.
They're not giving him anything. Iron Gage is coming from behind as well, which is. Imagine he probably can't go toe-to-toe with him. I don't know yet. We'll see. But Barak...
they're going to go at it right now on center cap. Both of them going at it. Right now, I would say the early match is in favor of Iron Gage.
Yeah, but Imagine he's got his healer in range to throw orbs. Actually, Archie can heal from the wall. So, Barak.
There goes Barak. That is an unexpected death. Blue is going to be in trouble here, especially if they have a situation where
he wanted him to dip. He ran at him, right? He ran at him to try and make him drop it.
Just make him stop.
Yeah.
But he's not going to. And this is going to be Red's turn to shine here. They're going to have cap advantage in just a moment. Yeah.
Is it though? Because they're not getting West cap. Because Iron Gage is above them. So if they leave mid, he steals that. Like Iron Gage is playing this very annoyingly for them. Like I think they know how frustrated Red is right now.
And they're just playing into that.
And they're just like they can't win the face fight. Their comp doesn't win the face fight here. So if you can't win the face
really
fight,
heavy pressure's gotta bow out.
Going for mid. Like he's literally just pulling them back and forth at mid. He knows it's hard for them to get kills 4v4.
Ochi's gonna die.
Oh, that's
Ochi's
what they
gonna
need.
Die.
And
Ochi
finally, Red makes something happen.
And there's no turn.
Yeah.
There's nothing
But look
available.
at that. Like, it's 15 minutes nearly, and they're down to 40 points. That is that was a very weird opener.
Blue has any ability to come back on this situation either. I think these two teams are incredibly evenly matched, and it's very hard for either one to create the kill pressure needed to change this dynamic. And if Red can take a 3 cap here, which they just did,
no, Red can get kills. Red can get kills because of their comp, right? The blue, the only reason they weren't getting killed is because they were playing hyper defensively, like right on the cusp of their tent. Right now, I predict that this is now going to be a 3 cap for all the way to 0 points.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a
5 minutes,
an absolute welly-in right now, because the curse stacking up, the slammer jammers on the frontliners, like the frost spam, they could just do so much to these glaives. Right, and the Bobo's nearly dead. The nasty wounds is just kicking him in. Like, he's getting healed in a Judy, and he's not going above 1/3 HP. They have...
Yeah, he's still at half.
Yeah.
All the heals dropped.
So
Everything
much,
that could possibly be on. He's going down right now.
So much stacking, and they're just gonna get... They need to change. This double glaive is not gonna work.
Engage is dying too.
Nasty wounds again from Relica. Relica's just causing havoc right now. Ochi, like...
Is it going to be a 4 or 3?
It's going to be a 4, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's, this is the problem, right? Their setup is actually, this is like a really bad counter for them. Because they get like the ice shard, the sickle, slammer, like the, he can even use desecrate if he wanted to just be even more annoying, but I think he's using dark matter. But just everything punishes them for clumping as 3 at the front.
Yeah, I just don't see these guys having a good go at this right now.
Yeah, iEngage. So what they're doing is iEngage is coming off of Firewall now. Yeah. Because although it provides a lot of value, it's a defensive W. And he needs to pump. He needs to pump out some damage. He needs to help put these kills over the line.
They're putting a lot of pressure onto Ruined Experience right away, as well as Juliet Saga here.
That's a 4-man tackle as well.
Oh boy! And here it is. This is the pressure that they needed. If they can follow it up, they've got to make the flick.
There you go.
There it is. There's one. They need to get another one here. Relica on the cusp.
That's probably
here.
GG. No, that's the healer, so it's GG.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be over here.
They've got to continue pressure out the door though, Lewpac.
They're gonna chain a couple of kills.
Yep.
Into a 3 cap and hit a really nasty time in here. Like if Elitan dies here, remember, despite the low amount of kills, there has been like 17 minutes gone. So the respawns now are long, and Relica's trying to get a Raven there. Oh, this
didn't
flick.
Quite get it.
Wait, he was geysered, so he didn't get flicked. That would have been a kill. Wow, I didn't know the geyser prevented the flick. If you were knocked up,
it did right there.
Yeah. Well, I saw. But look at this. Look at this artillery. Uninterrupted artillery just burning them on the choke. And Relica.
Nice tackle into the choke. Follow it up. And now these guys just have to hold. Just have to hold for 1 minute. Oh, yeah. Fantastic play right there.
It shouldn't have taken them 17 minutes to realize that they didn't have enough damage. I'll be honest. Because you don't ever want to have a long fight against an axe and a curse. But right now, they get it on the 1 minute timer. And like, credit to them. I thought they were going to get stomped because of the mismatch. But they adjusted.
They did really well there. That was an incredible push play out with only... That's the time they had. That was all they had. They had to do it then, Lewpac, or it just wasn't going to happen.
It was going to slip away from them. And Imagini, Mortal Agony's going to connect. He's going to go down. And it's the one
point. Match.
Ruined is like... He's looking for loot. Ruined is checking bodies now. Like... Fair. He knows.
You'll be in here trying to
that was
save
not
Relica is
turbo
what you should be
looting.
doing.
No,
He's
Relica
gonna
gets to
lose
keep his
Relica.
gear.
Okay, yeah, because he's the
He
final point.
dies in
Yeah.
the tent, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a finish. And what a
Wow.
very, very interesting match. And big credit to Ruined Experience, Elitan, and the boys, because
Big credit to both teams. That was a wild match.
they did
That
really
was
well.
fantastic. I really enjoyed that one.
But this double glaive, like I wasn't feeling it with Keeper on Firewall. But the artillery makes it different because the artillery sticks, and as you get flicked around, you're constantly landing in these pools of fire, and you're forced to walk through them. But it took them a long time to identify their win condition, I think. Like, it was fine. It was fine to play defensive when they had the cap advantage. But as soon as they lost the cap advantage, they were in a bit of trouble there. But there we have it. It was a splendid GVG session.
Absolutely. It was a really good match to watch. And who you keep saying Keeper?
I Engage is also Keeper of Nature. It's his alternate character. He's a very well-known PvG. Sorry,
yeah.
It's just like muscle memory for me. Like knowing everyone's alts back in the day when everybody played like 5 characters for GVGs.
The worst, yeah.
And like some people, like I just had Lewpac, but with more C's at the end, right?
Yeah,
so I understand. 2 C's and 3 C's.
I have Shozen. I have the Shozen 1. I have Shozen 1. Yeah.
And then you'd have like people with one character be called like Princess Missy Plops, and then one's called Panda Commander, one's called Legion of the Damned. Like none of them had any relevance.
No, nothing to each other. I mean,
and you had to remember that they were the same person, and it was difficult sometimes.
Oh, it's difficult now. Actually, Keeper of Nature came up recently in one of the stories that was told when Rigged a Lot and the boys were signing up for a level 9, and they got sniped on the way there.
Yeah, or when he used to warbow people, he longbow people at the start. And I think it was Logic who clicked respawn.
Well, it was one of the guys in the Logic match that did that. That's the match that it was with Rigged a Lot and Logic and Luke Highpower. One of the guys in the team there left out, and that meant that they had one less set, and everything went poorly from there. And it just really, really threw them off because they're going against a team they had beaten the day before.
Yeah.
So they were confident that they could destroy them and take. I think they had like 18 to 2 in kills or something. Yeah, and then they got thrown, and that just talks about how much just being tilted can affect a match.
Yeah.
Like we just saw right now, as I imagine those guys got pretty frustrated about halfway through that match.
I mean, that was... I think we went like 7 minutes without a kill at one point in that Shozen, and it was just like, it was the most frustrating thing for them. They got one kill at one point, but they weren't able to get a cap off of it, and it was all because of one cheeky little back cap as well. That back cap won them the game.
It did. It absolutely did, until they changed it up and switched it up and found a way to get the kill pressure, and they did it at just the right time that the opponent wasn't able to switch it up either. They weren't able to readjust. There wasn't enough time. All they needed was that one victory. That was enough. Took them to the house and to the big show. They won.
I really liked that he played from mid as well. He didn't then rotate back round to his team. He kind of played this sort of harassment role from behind. Eventually, he did get forced out because of the way the fight went. But that was good because they identified that they were playing on the defense. So pulling a DPS away to deal with that mid was very, very good. It was a very interesting match, actually. I'd love to sit down with a replay of that and analyze it at some point because it was a cracker. But I think that's all our matches for now. There definitely wasn't any more going after that.
No, that was it. That was the last one for sure.
But we will be back. The Albion TV guys will be back tomorrow. You got a show tomorrow or not? Are you back on?
No, it's a Sunday, so we'll be back on Tuesday.
Back on Tuesday. Taz will be here for some GVGs in the evening. They'll have a daily show with some ZVZ stuff. And I'll see you guys next Saturday then for another fun GVG show. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's matches. And thank you all for tuning in and spending some time with us here on Albion TV. We hope you have a great night and we'll see you soon.
Have a good night.